Yo, what up, y'all? Welcome. This is Sparking Conversation, yo. This is the dopest podcast out. You know what we do here? We talk about everything that goes on in the world of entertainment, and we also talk about the number one cash crop that a lot of us don't know about, and that's that CBD, y'all. Word is born. So, before we get started, I want to give a shout out to the sponsor right now, Green Life CBD products. As y'all can see, we got the pre-rolls on deck. And more products to come, and we got more companies that's going to be on. So let me introduce myself. I'm my boy Rod One. This is
Lady C.
Alright, and this is
Venomous.
And that's my boy.
It's good, y'all. I'm B.
Alright. And Venomous is a really dope hip hop artist. She be everywhere. I don't mean just somewhere. She be everywhere. You know what I'm saying? I've been on tour with her a bunch of times, and yeah, man, so it's dope. I'm glad you came. You know what I'm saying? We're going to chop it up. Yeah, we're going to get into it. So first thing I want to do is I want to let y'all know a little bit about what CBD will help y'all with, for those of y'all that been thinking about it. I know y'all been hearing about it everywhere. So basically, CBD will help y'all relieve pain, stress, anxiety. It promotes bone growth, reduces inflammation, reduces the risk of artery blockage. It also reduces seizures and convulsions, reduces blood sugar levels, and suppresses muscle spasms. But those are only a few things. But the one thing we want to talk about is anxiety. Do any of you guys here deal with anxiety?
I think everyone does.
All right, cool.
I think,
So what we want to do is we want to talk a little bit about it, because a lot of people feel like they're the only one. Right? All right, so for you, Venomous, what makes you anxious?
what makes me anxious is just trying to keep up with all the deadlines, demands, work, just working, work.
True,
it's like,
true,
woo!
true.
Sometimes.
All the time.
Yeah.
All right, B, what you think?
I think for me, it's a few things, but I think everyone has like that daily stress that adds to that anxiety of I need to be on work on time, or you know, like you're saying, meeting deadlines, making sure you're handling your business when it comes to different things, and that can add that anxious feeling is something that can linger if you don't really handle it how you're supposed to handle it.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Lady C, what about you?
I think for me, it's more of worried about my future. Trying to focus on and worried about what I'm gonna be doing to get to a better future or a better day. So it gives me a little anxiety on where I'm at and where I want to be. So that kind of hits me.
So a lot of people don't understand, like, when it comes to anxiety can lead you to make an impulse decision.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you be thinking to yourself, you know, I gotta do this, and sometimes you make the wrong
Decision.
move, right?
Yeah.
Or the wrong decision.
Right.
So I want us to talk a little bit about some of the wrong decisions that you guys made. You don't gotta go in too deep, but just some of the things that may have caused you out of, being anxious, made you do some things that you probably shouldn't have.
I'll start. One time, I was really anxious. A worker's job was making me real anxious, and I quit abruptly and started another job, and hated the new job because I was so busy trying to get away from it. I'm like, I gotta go, and then didn't think through what I was getting into before I got there, and I was like, okay, this sucks.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
What about you, B?
An example, come back.
Okay. I mean, it could be anything, because sometimes, like, for me, I know it was car purchase.
Yeah. Okay.
I bought the wrong car, man.
You trying to flex up?
Dramas. No, just, being anxious to do it. Like, I gotta get a new car, and I bought the wrong car.
Wow.
I've been dealing with drama with that car since I got it, man.
I've been there though.
You know what I mean? Impulse.
I think we all been there with the
Impulse.
cars, yeah.
But it's kind of like with the car situation. Sometimes when you need, you need to make moves, and when you can't get to your car, you're gonna jump on something to get you to the next move. But that'd be me. Impulsive decision. Like I remember moving around a lot. So when I get anxious or when I'm feeling stuck, like I want to move, or when stuff just seems like it's bothering me left and right. It makes me want to be like, man, I want to move on.
I want to go somewhere else.
Jump out there and move somewhere.
So that's what we wanted to talk about, because a lot of people out there deal with anxiety, and sometimes they don't know how to handle it. And I think that introducing CBD to your life will help you be calm. You know what I'm saying?
So for me, I think, and just to be real, like managing and making bills at times. You know, we have responsibilities. Some of us may have more responsibilities than others.
Right.
Making stuff shake, responsibilities you didn't ask for. or even just stuff you're taking on to try to help grow yourself. And times where it's like you may be strapped on bread, and it's like how I'm gonna make it to like pay the bill or like making sure you handle stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's survival.
And that's why they say when you smoke, it gives you a different sense of like, hold on for a second, let me think about this.
Yeah, it chills you out, right?
Yeah, man, like, I'm not going. It's not the end of the world, yo.
Yeah, like it's gonna be all right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's chill. So for most people who don't have an outlet, some people don't. You know what I mean? All right, so cool. So what we want to do right now, what I'm gonna do is I want to touch on a few things that the hemp plant does, which a lot of people don't know. Where the hemp plant makes more fuel, fiber, food, and medicine than any other plant, and it was the first crop sown over 12,000 years ago. An acre of hemp produces 300 gallons of oil, 3 tons of protein, and 30 tons of fiber a year. So which means that we can make clothes out of it, you can gas your cars up out of it. Like I'm saying, like the government been keeping it away from us for the longest time because of what they say, you know, get you high and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
Well, we all know that it's a benefit to that too. You know, THC is not completely ruled out. Like, don't act like we don't want to sit here and make it seem like it's the devil. You know what I'm saying? Because now we're promoting the more of the CBD portion of it, because that part is the part that helps you when it comes to pain. Like, you know, like everything you're dealing with directly with your body more so than your mind. You know what I'm saying? So another thing that comes to mind is stress. So with you being an artist, Venomous, first of all, I want you to tell the people real quick about some of the things you deal with as an artist. Because, you know, being a female rapper in the game, I'm sure you have a lot that you have to maneuver through, because this is a man's business.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So tell the people a little bit about what stresses you out when it comes to this game that you're in.
As a female artist, one thing that's really stressful is there's not a lot of women in positions to make decisions. And what that means is most decisions got to go through a man. And, you know, sometimes the man may make an impulsive decision, and it's more about the look or oh, you know, make sure your boobs is out, you know, that type of stuff, as opposed to what you really want to do. So you have to, like, figure out how to navigate it. And then there's the guys who are in it for the wrong reasons. So they're trying to either put women against each other or use them sexually. So you got to know how to navigate between that without stepping into it. You got to know how to see the warning signs and move on and move around. And there's a lot of that. So there's a lot of filtering people out.
True.
So it's stressful because sometimes your environment constantly changes.
Right.
You got one set of people around you one week, and then the next week you might have to have a whole different set of people around you. So the anxiety of getting to know people all over again. So it's that what I would say is the biggest stressor is being a woman, which is so funny, but
it's weird, right?
It's a gift and a curse. Yeah.
So let me say, why in this day and age with all the Me Too stuff going on, are men still trying to use their power to possibly take advantage of women in this game right now?
Just hard-headed people until it happens to them, they're like, oh yeah, I see them getting jammed up with that Me Too, but it ain't gonna be me though, because I'm I'm better. It ain't gonna be me, and then they keep doing it, and then eventually it is them. Karma comes around, so you don't have to. It comes back around eventually. So, but it's definitely slowly dying in the industry, but it's a slow death because, like I said, there's not enough women in positions of power. Let's be honest. How many women do you know sitting in a Birdman position or sitting in a Jay-Z position? Not many. So until we kill that, it's always going to be a Me Too movement.
That's right. That's right. And that's what we do. We need more women in position. Like managers, just like publicists. There's a lot of women as publicists, but for the most part,
management, booking agents. You need you need more women in those positions to make the decisions, because then the women who are comfortable working with women can work together and get a little further.
But I just want to take some encouragement from the men to do that, to keep.
Sometimes I don't know. Sometimes I think the lack of encouragement makes us work harder. Like I know I can name about 10 females right now who are pushing themselves so hard because they know the kind of backlash they're getting from the male industry. Right. So they're purposely staying just female based. They've got female team around them. Everybody's female, and I think it just makes them move in a different way. Sometimes you need that adversity to make you push.
Right.
So do you feel like there's more camaraderie than it is like bashing when it comes to like female artists in the
It
industry?
depends on the artist, honestly,
Yeah.
because see, like somebody who, it just depends on the artist because somebody who's a little more ratchet, they may not want to work with other people. They like, get out my face. I'm cute, girl. Go somewhere. You know what I mean? But other people, it's like, yo, let's work together. Let's get this done. So it's really depend on the artist. But I think it's more hyped up than it really is. Like I know I can name 6 females I could call right now and get a show on, get a tour going, get stuff done. I mean, like it's definitely created. You know, and recently I've just seen it being created where they're like, oh, who you like better, this person or that person? It's like, nigga, it doesn't matter.
I see that all the time.
Yeah.
Them little fake Facebook polls about your
Right,
favorite
Cardi and
MC
Nicki,
artist.
who cares?
Yeah.
You know, and the thing is, with as a female MC is what I've learned about my fans is if they listen to one female MC, they listen to all of them. They don't really. It's the people who don't listen to female MCs that are putting female MCs against each other. People
True.
who listen to female MCs is like, yo, I like Jean Grey and I like Venomous and I like China and I like Nicki and I like this. You know what I mean? And it's the people who don't even listen to female MCs that are trying to put us in
Put y'all
competition.
against each other.
Yeah.
Right. That's pretty corny. So look, what I'm gonna do real quick, I'm gonna talk because right now I have, it's a bunch of groups on Facebook of people who are dealing with anxiety and depression. So one person wrote in, so I want to get you guys' opinion.
Okay.
You guys tell me what you guys would do in this particular situation. So I'm not going to say their name right now because I want to make sure that we get the right information out first, so nobody don't go on those people page and try to bash or do nothing else. But this is what they said. They said, does anybody else's anxiety keep you from making friends? They said, I used to be so outgoing and had a lot of friends. Now I just kind of stay to myself now due to social anxiety, and people tend to think I'm unapproachable. I love meeting new people and making new friends, but I feel like my anxiety holds me back. So, what would you tell that person if that person came to talk to you? Like if that person said that and they were in front of you, what would you say to that person? And this is about making friends.
Yeah.
This is not necessarily about whether you like me or not. Just how can I get to know you?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So what would you tell that person if they were in front of you?
So for me, I think I would first kind of try to figure out where do you think that social anxiety stems from? Is it insecurity? Is it from? Are you feeling like you may get a rejection from people
Right.
from having that friends? And I think kind of finding where that seed was planted at, you can help I guess alleviate that going forward, because then you know where it stems from. So then you can learn how to like essentially work from the problem at the source, and then go forward from there. So you come to me and say, hey, look, I don't know, I can't make friends. I love meeting people, but it's something about the anxiety. It's like, well, where does that come from? Well, maybe I got rejected, back, 2-3 years ago, and that kind of keeps me and hinders me from coming out to people. I say, okay, well, I understand that, especially everyone gets rejected. Everyone's got rejected at some point. So, and I think, it's like, look, you gotta understand that, if that's what it is, you have to accept that as kind of potentially being part of it, but you can't let that hold you back from moving forward, or else you're never going to be able to
Exactly.
And then I would be the type of person, look, if you're trying to go out, meet people, I'll go with you. I'm not the type of person just to say, that's what you need to do, and then you know what I mean? Because I think you got to be man of your word and follow up. Like, look, let's go and I'll show you how to move with it.
Exactly.
That's what you need.
All right. So what about you, Say?
I would come back to me. You want to go ahead?
The first thing I would say to somebody who came to me like that is, just be mindful of the quality of friends you're making, because that can make a difference on if you're anxious or not. And I had to learn that growing up. Like when I was like 19, 18, I was like, yeah, let's be friends. You're my friend. We're all friends. Let's go. We're friends. Woo!
Like that, yeah.
And then you get out, you start really getting to know people. You're like, girl, I ain't never going out with you again because you just made a fool of me. And so sometimes the anxiety of figuring out if they're going to be a fit for you or not is part of the problem, and just making less anxious decisions and just being better, taking your time and getting to know people. You will meet people that are for you.
Right. So let me ask you this. So in the event that somebody feels like they can't make friends, do you think is that because they're not a friend themselves?
It depends.
Yeah.
Or would you think that it's really based on the fact that they worried about the way another
perception?
person
Yeah, I think perception is part of it too.
It got a part. It's like it seems like it plays both parts. Like you gotta be a friend to have friends. You know what I mean? And then on the flip side, if you're worried about what other people think, what they gonna look at you, how you is, if you come out your shell to be yourself. I mean, people have real anxiety about that. What if they said something about me when I left the corner? Like, what if da 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 da? Like, if you think it's so deep about it, and the people that are around you not making you feel comfortable, that means you might need to move yourself around them anyway.
That's true
Yeah.
too.
And it could mean, I think we're alluding to is how comfortable are you with yourself?
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Or be
you
your
gotta-
own friend
exactly.
at times.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So you're saying date yourself?
Facts.
Yeah,
I think
I think in this age we just go from one situation to another. Not even just friendships, but in relationships and everything, even in jobs. Like the people just go from one thing to the next thing to the next thing. They don't ever give themselves room to heal.
That's right.
And they
Right.
take that from
That's
one
right.
situation to the next, and then by the time they get to the end, they're so pent up about what's gonna
Right.
happen. It's
That's
gonna go
true.
wrong.
Yeah.
You know?
That's true.
Yeah,
That's
and I'm
true.
gonna tell you a true story. I have a fan. He follows me, and his first message to me was, "You're probably not gonna read this anyway, and you're probably gonna be mean, and you're probably not gonna like me, and you're probably gonna." And I'm like, "What are you talking? Like, who are you? What are you
Yeah,
talking about?
right.
I'm just meeting you. I have no idea what you're talking about." And he was like, "Sorry, I'm really insecure." And I'm like, "Yeah, but look at how you're approaching situations. You don't even know people, and you're coming at them like you're not gonna like me. Why are you putting that out there in the
Yeah.
universe?
True.
And it comes from just going from one thing to next thing to next thing to next thing, and then you build up this resentment that people are not
Gonna like you.
Yeah, they're not gonna like me.
Okay, so the moral of the story to this person would be, what would you think?
Love yourself first.
Believe in yourself enough to say that you are good enough to be someone's friend first, or
Right. Yeah.
do you think they should put themselves out there a little bit more to
Both.
just try to just go with the flow?
I think starting with loving yourself, like you said, and
Okay.
then work your way up to that point.
I think the first thing is figuring out where that comes from. Like you were
Yeah.
saying, where did it start? When did you get this apprehensive that you don't even want people to get to know you? Where did it start? And understanding that not every situation is going to be that way. Sometimes it might feel the same, and sometimes you might have similar emotions, but it's not the same situation.
Right.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
So would you agree with that?
Yeah, but I think added piece onto that is patience.
Yeah.
You gotta have patience with yourself and
Yeah.
understand there are gonna be times in that process you may draw yourself back a little bit more
right.
as a part of whether that's healing or growth, whichever one you view it as,
Yeah.
to be able to get to the point where you're able to be comfortable with yourself to go out and meet people and not have that anxiety.
I like
Right.
this conversation.
Yes,
That's
this is
It works out. But see, that's why I say sometimes for me, it's like, I tell people that everybody's not going to like you,
That's right.
right? So
That's right.
you already know that.
Right.
So the only thing you don't know is who's going to like you. So I focus on that.
That's true.
Like the people who do rock with you, I focus on them. I don't focus on who don't
Everybody
like
else,
me. You know what I'm
right.
saying? But either way, to you that's watching, if this is you, just know that it's other people who think like you. The only thing that we suggest is that as long as you believe in yourself and you love yourself
Love
first,
yourself.
then everyone else around you will just have to take you for who you are, and the real people who are supposed to be in your life will be there.
Will be there,
You know what I'm
exactly.
saying? Just don't
Right.
give up on
Super.
yourself because other people are not,
And they can see that. Yeah.
you know,
Right.
where they need to be on you.
Right.
So one thing that I do want to talk about too, since I have all you guys here, is you know, a lot of people will carry a thing that's called baggage, right? Baggage.
We all do.
So baggage is another thing that causes more anxiety on moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes we too much worried about
What
Yeah.
happened?
is this person going to do the same thing as
Right.
this other person did?
Mm-hmm.
So as adults, we're going to talk about relationships a little bit. So far, the relationship is concerned, like what I had issues with before is I always thought that people, you know, before you get married or before you even get to a point of marriage, you know, people always tell you that married people, they always change once they get married. They never say like it stays the same as they were when they were dating.
Yeah.
So as soon as the rings come on, the person totally flips. You know what I mean? And I also think it don't even happens in marriage. I think it happens in regular relationships. When you're just dating somebody,
Yeah.
and then once people get comfortable, you
Boom.
start switching.
Boom.
You start doing stuff that you know you ain't got no business doing. They start passing gas in front of you and shit like that. And then when they
That's a deal breaker.
and then when they do
Yes,
that,
and
but when they don't say excuse me, that's the part
Oh,
that
that's a
kills
whole
me.
different.
You gotta at least say excuse me and shit. Don't sit there and act like I'm supposed to just deal with it like
Right.
because it's natural. You know what I'm saying? Everybody do it. No, mom. Say excuse me.
Yeah.
You know who raised you? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, for you guys, okay, so are you, well, how important is it to be over your past? Or is there such thing? I mean, because,
I don't think
We
you're
all-
ever over your past. Honestly, your past is what makes you who you are. But
how
What do
can
you mean
you?
by-
But what do you
Yeah,
mean when you
by
go into a new relationship?
Over.
though?
What do you?
all right. So here's what I mean by that. When you're born, right, you have no experiences.
Okay.
Right. So everything you go through molds you into who you're going to be.
Okay.
It's our job as human beings to find other people that are compatible with our experiences.
Okay.
It's not necessarily about getting over it. It's just about learning how to use it for your growth as opposed to use it as a crutch. So I've been through a lot of stuff in my life, and I had to learn because I went through depression at one point, and I had to
Right.
learn, like, okay, stop beating yourself up about it and realize everything you've surpassed and use it as a stepping stone and move forward. And so some people make that transition and some people don't. And that's just God's divine. Like,
Correct.
some people are meant to get over things and move on and move forward, and some aren't. Where we mess up as human beings is we keep trying to make everybody get over everything and we all gonna be compatible, and that's not how it works.
Well,
I may
think
not
it
be
does-
meant to be compatible.
I think it does work. I think we all supposed to get over things. I think that's the part of learning and growth. If you don't get over it, how you gonna grow? How you gonna get to the next dimension? How you gonna get to being the next person that you're supposed to be, that God wants you to be, if you don't get over?
What
And
you've been
get
through.
over doesn't mean like, okay, that happened, boom, get over it.
Right.
It's like you're supposed to take those steps to healing to get over it. Like,
Right.
you gotta take those steps where you're crying it out. You
Now
gotta
that I
take those
agree with,
steps
yes.
where you like, you know what I mean? You got to go through the different stages.
Being by yourself and stuff like that.
Yeah, because the hard thing that people do is be like, get over it. Just get over
Right,
it.
just
Like,
get over it. It's not
get
that
over
bad.
it. Like, it didn't hurt.
Yeah,
like,
it's
just
not
get
that
over
serious,
it.
yeah.
Everybody don't work like that.
Yeah,
Right,
that's right.
and that's what I
Time.
mean is, like, there are some people, it may take them 3 weeks to be able to process
Yeah.
it and move forward, and then there are other people, it's 10 years later,
Yeah.
and
And
they
they're
still
still holding on.
process. Yeah.
So that's what I want to get to. So the people that are 10 years later, they don't have, they don't stay single in those 10 years.
They don't. Sometimes
So-
they do, but not often.
Now often,
Mhm.
they carry that on to the...
Next.
Okay, so in that sense, what do you think about that? Like for B, so tell me, because as men, as we're sitting here,
Yeah.
a lot of times we get our feelings hurt. Like, I don't want women to think that men don't get their feelings hurt. No matter how they react or they come into the
Yeah.
situation,
Definitely.
they be butt hurt. But hurt. The only difference is physically they're able to use that to seem like they get over a person, but technically they're really not.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? But it's easier for them to get over what they've been through with a new person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's not saying like it's just like, oh, I'm completely over this person. It's just easy for you self-esteem wise. You know what I mean? But tell me, how often do y'all know people who are not over what they've been through? And they take it into the new scenario,
I know,
right?
yeah, I know.
Because that's stress. That's
Yeah.
stressful,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Trying to eat off somebody else's plate. I know for me,
Yeah.
I can't make up for what fam did.
Right,
You know what I mean?
right.
But I understand that you think that me and fam have similar quality. That's what hurt.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
That's what hurt.
I feel you on that. And I think, well, first let me touch on what you originally spoke about when it comes to men. I think you started to lead that down the right path on it. We have this superiority complex that we gotta hold everything strong and we gotta, have everything together. And there's the time and the place for all that.
True.
You know what I mean? And I think there's a vulnerable piece that men don't like to, show and
True,
acknowledge
true.
about. And that leads to carrying on that baggage because you're not really taking that time, like you're saying, to process
Yeah.
through those emotions or what it meant to go through whatever situation it was to allow you, that brought you to that point. And so I think part of it is you got to be real with yourself and understand the fact that you're human and you have emotions regardless if you're a man or you're a woman. And learning to, I think for me, really just learning to be vulnerable in that and honest with yourself, processing that through that. And however long that takes is just however long that takes. Everyone,
Right.
like you're saying, everyone has their own time frame with that. Now, back to what you're saying as far as, the people who are 10 years on and having that baggage, it's like, when are you going to be real with yourself?
Yeah.
When is that time
Right.
to be real
When are
with
you
yourself?
gonna
Right.
accept
When you
that?
gonna let it go?
Exactly.
Accept it.
Or you going to change your life based on it? I mean,
Mm-hmm. Like, you gonna
what
let
do you
it,
think?
exactly.
Like,
Yeah,
what do
yeah.
you do? Like,
What's
what
the
do
end
you do?
result? Where are you
What do
trying
you
to
do?
get with this? Yeah.
And I think, especially when you're dealing with people in relationships and your partners, like, you have to come to a point is your relationship with that person mean more to you than what this baggage.
Yeah.
I mean, but can they realistically
You know what I'm saying?
do it? I think
people
we
can.
know that.
I think people can.
right? But can they do it? What do you think? Like on
It's
an
a matter of
average
will
scale of
now.
1 to
Yeah.
10, like
I
what would you
think
give
it's
the average person
It's a
I
matter of
think you
willpower,
could do.
yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead,
Go
go
ahead,
ahead,
go
go ahead.
ahead.
What do you think? What do you think? One of y'all, come.
I think you can do it. I just think like you got to give yourself time to do it.
Mhm.
It only reload into another person's lap because you didn't give yourself time to heal, time to love
Exactly, to
yourself.
get over it,
Right.
To
right?
get over
Right.
it.
All right, so the key word is to get over, right?
But,
Or,
but that's a harsh thing.
Yeah,
when you
yeah.
But I
learn.
think get
That's a
over
harsh
is
word.
figurative.
Yeah, because it's hard to get
Yeah.
over
It's
pain.
just like-
it's hard to get over
It's hard to get over
Yeah.
pain.
But
You
so
hurt.
what do you do with it?
You gotta.
If you don't get over it, do you deal with it? Do you?
Yeah.
do you-
You gotta
I
go
think-
Right, and that goes back to what I was
Yeah.
saying is you got to learn how to move past it and make it a lesson and not a place
Yeah.
to sit down and lay down. You know,
Yeah.
and that's where a lot of people fail is they don't want to make it a lesson. They just keep going back to it. Like, well, she did this and this.
Mhm.
Well, he did this and that. Okay, that's great, but what did you learn from that? What are you doing differently?
From that,
How
to
are you
that,
changing
that point.
it? You know what I mean?
So do you think we pick people based on what? What we are similar to what we're used to, or what we think we don't know?
I think it varies per person.
I think
Yes.
I think it varies per
so.
person.
So, what do you think is the best scenario in finding a person?
You gotta find that. You gotta find. I feel like I'm big on being equally yoked. You know what I'm saying? It's when it comes to relationships. I
So
think
the yoke, equally yoked, based on what? We
you
have
gotta
in common,
I think
or
values.
values?
You gotta go to values.
Values.
Yeah.
You really
Gotta
gotta go
have
to values
values
because I think mindsets change over time.
Yes, it
So
True,
values
true.
are things that you really instill in yourself.
So for the people, we gotta say what we think values are.
Like
Like
what
everybody's values are
Oh,
the
okay.
same.
Yeah.
Give us an example of a value that you gotta look for in a companion.
So me, I'm three things. Big on three things. One, I'm big on basically like reciprocity,
Okay.
and I don't say that in a way of
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I
yeah.
give to you, give
You
to
give
me.
back, but just
It's more so me saying that you
Recognize.
exactly. It's more of a recognition that you see
Right.
me. You know, I'm here for
Right.
you.
Right.
Showing me that
Give
you're
it
here
back.
for me, so that I know. You know what I'm saying? We can
Right.
move forward, and it's we can keep it pushing. Second is
True.
communication. I think you got to be. Everyone's has their own way of
talking.
communicating, but have some sort of effectiveness in communicating what you're trying to say and how you feel. Not trying to hold things in. Because there are times I think everyone's at a point trying to hold things in because you don't want to hurt your partner.
true.
But you got to understand at the end of the day, you being real and telling them how you feel is really showing like your love.
Honesty.
Affection for that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
And the third thing for me, I'm big on God.
Yeah.
Okay.
And where that leads with people, and everyone has their own.
No, no,
how they
no, I
maneuver.
feel you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But just for me, when you've been through so many things in your life, and you understand. When he has your hand over you, it's a little bit different on how you perceive it and see it in people. So to me, those are
Those are your main
those
three.
my
So
three.
reciprocity, communication, and what's the third one?
God.
God.
Yeah.
All right. So venomous. Come on, what you think?
Um,
If you can number it down like we did.
I think that it's just a melting pot of different things, but it's important that they're all compatible with each other.
Fact.
I've been in relationships with somebody who's very big on God, but I'm very spiritual more than very big on the
Didn't
church.
like religious.
Yeah,
That's how I guess that's what I mean too.
Right.
Yeah,
So
spirituality.
I was
more so
gonna go there
relationship.
too because
Yeah.
sometimes people be religious and it's like, whoa,
Yeah,
hold on.
Yeah.
and religion is man.
You
made.
unrealistic.
Right.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
so I think for me, number one, the love you give is very important. And what I mean by that is how do you love your children? How do you love your parents? How do you love me? How do we love each other? Love can boil down to a lot of things, and it's about how you communicate that love to each other. You know what I mean? If you're the type of person you don't see your kids for like 6 months, I'm not gonna rock with you. I'm like,
Right.
come on, what are you doing?
That's a fact.
I'm a hard worker, so I have to be with somebody who understands, respects that, and works hard themselves.
True.
Because I'm constantly working or doing something, and I need somebody who's secure enough to know you good. I know you coming home, we're good. And we can work on things together, plan together, grow together, create businesses together, create a life together. It can't just be me dragging you like, come on, babe, come on, we're gonna go get this house. It's like you gotta want it too.
We gotta want it too.
Yeah, and honesty is very important to
True,
me. Very,
true,
very,
true.
very important. Cause
All right, so we gonna take one quick break. We're gonna come back. We're gonna let y'all chop it up with our sponsors, and when we come back, we're gonna get right into some more of a sparking conversation, y'all. I'm your boy Rod One. This is my crew. This is Lady C. This is Venomous, and this is my boy B. Y'all, we'll be right back.
Yeah.
So yo, welcome back. This is Sparking Conversation. I'm Rod One. This is
venomous.
Lady C.
that is.
Boy B.
And I got my boy in the building who just joined us, man. My Jersey affiliate.
Hey.
Tell them who you are, man.
Dre,
Alright, my boy Dre in the building.
Just Dre.
Jersey in the building.
Jersey.
Alright, so before we went to the break, y'all, we were talking a little bit about relationships, right? And how moving forward, a lot of times people will not let the past be the past, you know what I'm saying? And move forward into the future. And it's depressing. I mean, it's really depressing. Stress, depression, it's all linked together. But it's very, very depressing. So what we was talking about before we left was, is it just as simple as just words, just like saying, yo, you need to just be over that, B. If you're going to go on to the new person, you need to be over that. Even though that's the truth. How easy it or how hard is it for people to be able to let their past go? Because sometimes your past is what makes you who you are now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So are those warning signs of like how you supposed to move going forward? Or is this like, yo, I was wrong because I picked the right person. I mean, I picked the wrong person. So you take self-responsibility though, but without always blaming the person that hurt. Even though the person could have hurt you, but do you take responsibility though?
I think now you can't really take responsibility for other people's actions, though.
But you gotta take responsibility for you. Like, all right, say for example, you met a person, right, and you know that you was moving way too fast. Is that your fault or is that their fault?
But you already said it though. You knew. You know what I'm saying? So you knew what you was getting yourself into.
So you
do you take the responsibility?
You gotta take responsibility of your
for that bad relationship though. If
No,
the
it's not all on you.
Okay.
Because it's a two-person. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me what you think.
I
Like,
know
tell me
people
how you
who
feel.
move fast and stay together a long time and,
Yeah.
and you know had a healthy relationship, and then I know people who move fast and the relationship was doomed from the start. It's a matter of paying attention to people's actions, and once you see them actions don't fit in with you, stop trying to force it. And I think that's what we do wrong as a society. We keep trying to force it. Like, no, it's gonna be okay. He's gonna be different this time. It's like, okay, but he wasn't different the last 6 times. What are you gonna do different?
So do you think that's a man or a woman thing to force a situation past what you? If they give you the signs, they tell you who they are.
I don't think it's
I don't
gender
think
You
based.
think it's personality?
Yes, I think it's personality based.
Individual type thing.
You
You
say
know what I'm saying? I think, like, you bring baggage, like when you were saying baggage, like, people bring their own baggage, and it's like almost, to me, like, if you want to bring your past into something, like, if you want to bring your past into a relationship, you got to understand, like, how that's going to be, how that might affect your relationship. Like, you got to leave that in the past. Like, if you feel like you love this person that you about to be in a relationship with, you got to understand that your past is meant for you to grow from,
Yeah.
and not from
Grow.
you to hinder.
right,
You know what I'm saying?
right. So the key word is growth.
Right.
Not get over.
Right.
So how do we grow without taking responsibility?
You gotta take some responsibility.
Well, part of growing
can
is
take
taking
You gotta take
responsibility.
some. You gotta take some.
It's
Some
part of
responsibility,
growing
not for the
is
whole
taking
bad
responsibility.
relationship.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta take responsibility
Right.
in your part, and you know what you didn't control, you just can't control it. So don't give yourself a headache or anxiety over something that you couldn't control at the moment. Like,
Okay,
Yes.
now you make a great point.
Yeah.
You said don't give yourself a headache or anxiety,
Yeah.
right? Based on what you cannot control.
Right.
I think most of us give ourselves both of those symptoms because of what we cannot control.
Right.
Right.
Absolutely.
Do you not agree? So B, tell me this. If a person gives you, this is just a hypothetical scenario, right? All right, so you've been out of your past relationship for, let's say, a whole year. Let's give it a year, right? You're moving into this new situation, right? And then when you meet the female, first thing that she tells you, which they always do, is that I just got out of a relationship. I'm not looking for nothing serious.
Yeah.
Time goes on, and then all of you stay the course. But then she's expecting you to now be serious. Okay. Now, in your past, you said every woman that done me that way, the relationship wound up didn't last.
Yeah.
Because she wasn't upfront, she wasn't honest up front saying that I may not be with it right now, but eventually this is what I want to be. But they don't say that.
Okay.
So you tell me.
That
What you got? What?
That depends on who don't say
Depends,
that.
yeah.
That
Well, what you
depends
mean?
on the woman, because not all. I'm going to tell you, if I'm looking for that, I'm looking for that. But if you're constantly coming on consistently around me, that means you showing me that we can grow into that area
Right.
too.
Right.
So I mean, it's just part of communication.
Communication.
Women are more emotional too. Like they get caught up in their
Yeah,
feelings
we do.
easier.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? The men be like, I just want to hit that. And the women be like,
Keep
get
moving.
caught up in
But
you know
y'all
what I'm
don't
saying?
be
We keep it
saying,
moving.
some men don't say that up front.
So men.
Some men don't say that.
They don't say, yo, I just want to hit.
Right.
Okay, so is there a way to say that though?
Yeah. I just want to hit.
I'm just trying to hit.
Now we
Hey,
know.
oh man, nah, you said hell
because let's come up to you and you like, what? Right? You gonna slow on? You get coming at you like that, but like if all
He's not where to place you.
Yeah.
okay, you put it in your foot.
Intentions
You put it in your
are.
foot.
Yeah.
If a man comes up to me like, girl, I'm just trying to love you, girl. We're gonna be together forever.
Forever. We gonna
You
get
my
married. We got the
baby.
house
And then they hit it and they're like,
And then
all right, babe, but I
it's
ain't
a
for my
year
phone for like 2
later.
weeks. You like,
Ticket.
what the hell is happening? You know what I mean? Like that. I'm just ready to hear from you.
Man.
Come on.
All right.
So keeping the G up.
Keeping it G
So-
actually
so-
helps
and
me
let y'all
along the
decide
way.
if y'all.
Yeah.
So you telling me saying that will actually help you more
Yes.
than
Yes.
A female know up front if she want to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if you know what you want to do and I know what I want to do, it's either yay or nay.
Right.
Period.
They said it,
See,
basically
and
what
it-
they're saying is they ain't trying to waste time.
Right. And this is
But that's my thing. It's like how do we know if it's a waste of time or not? You know, the guy a guy's approach is to not mess up.
right, but it's
Our job is to not mess up. So
it messes it up by pretending that you want something and then change it and decide you don't
But you
want it.
can't. So let me ask you this: what is this? I think we getting into now, like time frame. Like, am I telling you that the first time I meet you? Like, are we building
No, not
and
the
then
first
let
time.
you?
Like
You know what I'm
after we
saying?
talk,
We
we get to
building
a
and
point
let
like,
you
so
know.
what are we doing? Okay,
Yeah.
well,
Right.
these are the things I'm interested in. This is. I feel like there should definitely be a conversation before
Don't-
the sex
don't
even
hit
happens.
Yeah, facts.
Absolutely. You know,
But
whether
don't-
that's
Sometimes
for
it don't
2
work like that.
hours, that's on y'all. But you know, I just feel like it should be a conversation before the sex goes down.
Don't hit me with like,
before
well, you know,
a conversation
I wanna-
before sex goes down,
If you just
Oh,
trying to
right.
hit it,
right?
then I feel like the girl should know that before y'all start messing around, because she may be thinking y'all gonna be together,
Exactly.
and you thinking you just trying to hit it, and then it starts saying, "Oh, she crazy." It's like,
Exactly.
no, she's not
She
crazy.
a
She's
Well,
just
but
following
the
what
only
you
thing
say.
but the only thing that will make her crazy if she enjoys the sex.
Not
Not
really.
necessarily.
More
So
so-
the physical
No.
part
Honestly,
doesn't.
I think sex
No.
still has an emotional attachment.
It
to
So
does.
so
It does.
Yeah,
It does.
so what part of it makes
It's a
it?
mental
Because
thing.
if we know you don't want a relationship, then we
could
move
know.
different.
Okay, think about this.
We're not laying on the phone with you for no
Emotions.
10 hours.
Yeah, because we are emotional
It's simply in
creatures,
and out.
right?
We're not just laying on the phone for 10 hours with you. We're not, you know, we're gonna move differently because we know that's what you want. And it is what it is. I'm not mad because you didn't call me over the weekend because you're not my man. You told me you didn't want a relationship.
Exactly. So,
So you're not gonna be upset? Okay,
I
I
won't expect anything more than what we already discussed we have.
Exactly.
I can't expect more out of you if you never told me I'm
gets
going
it.
to get more out of you.
Right.
And so the dude be like, yo, I thought you was like, how come you ain't called me?
Yeah, because like, what happens? I mean, like, what happens? That's crazy.
Babe,
Yeah,
what's up?
reverse.
Oh, nothing. I'm good. We're friends.
We're friends.
I'm chilling. We
Yeah.
good. We at dinner. I'll call you back.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you said dinner because this is a great segue. This is the part. This is the part of the show where I ask you guys 7 questions.
Oh.
7.
7
Seven.
questions.
Wait, that's
great
a
number.
lot.
That's a lot of
Oh,
questions.
okay.
Because what
Hey.
people,
What
but what I
time
want
does
to
it
do,
begin?
what I want to do is I want people to get a chance to know each and every person that comes on Sparking Conversation, because not only are we talking to them about health and wealth, we also want them to make sure that when they leave the show, they know who you guys are. Right? All right, cool. So I'm gonna start with you, Venomous, and then we're gonna go around.
I'm first. Oh, gosh. Okay.
First question is,
Okay.
where do you like to go when you go out to eat?
Ooh. Okay, so I like.
One place too.
Oh.
One plate.
She had 4 in her head.
I like six.
Already. I already know. Most women got
On
5.
Thursday we go
In the
ahead.
bag.
Yeah, but
In the
just
bag.
one. Just one. I just need one.
I like authentic food. Like I like if I'm going to Spanish food, I'm not gonna go to like the name brand restaurant.
Like Taco Bell.
Yeah, no, I want to go to like an authentic Mexican restaurant and sit down and eat. So anything that's authentic, I'm with it. like Jamaican food, I want to go to the
real
authentic.
Jamaican
Yeah,
food.
yeah.
So-
me too.
The place that you like to go when you go out to eat, where you go now, give me one.
When I go out to eat, I don't know.
You gotta give me one.
I can't think of what
You
I eat
said
every
Jamaican,
day.
you said Mexican. Give me a
Yeah.
name of a restaurant. You gotta give me one. You gotta give the people one. They want to buy your album,
Okay.
so they want to know what to
Well,
get
all
you.
right.
This and
I'll
that.
say, okay, so you know what I did? Before I got here, I went to Mom's Kitchen on Capitol.
Mom's Kitchen.
Yeah.
What is that? Soul
It's a
food.
Jamaican restaurant, and they have the
I heard about that
they have the Jersey Jamaican
With the
reggae
beef
music
fat-
playing in the background. I'm
Oh.
dancing.
It's called
Mom's
Like-
Kitchen is
Yeah,
right
I
on
heard about
Capitol.
I need to hit that. That
Yeah.
sounds-
Oh my God, it was so
Okay.
good.
That
Shout out to
sounds-
Mom's Kitchen because that's where I went on my way here.
Mom's
and
Kitchen.
I
You're gonna have to
love
come
it.
out there to Mom's Kitchen. Check y'all
And it's
out.
authentic. They got
And
the
see-
accents
see-
and everything.
See what
Okay.
y'all popping with. See what y'all working with.
Right.
Dre, come on, Dre. You gotta give it to me.
I
One
don't,
place.
I don't have no like. Real spot.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
gonna go
you
through
go
7.
to
I'm gonna go all the way around with
okay,
one.
okay.
I don't really have no spot that I really go to because I don't. You know, I just moved out here in Raleigh, but Mom's Kitchen is where I'm going to. I love
You gonna try? You gonna try? Jamaican? I love Jamaican
You already
food
know,
too.
exactly.
So you gonna try? But right now,
Word.
where you go, you ain't been to Mom's though. You gotta give me something. You go right
I don't really
now.
go nowhere. Where I go, like Lee's Kitchen.
Yeah.
Lee's Kitchen.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay.
Lee's Kitchen. Say that. All right, Lee's Kitchen. Lee's Kitchen.
But, you know, I went to get some fish one day, and they only gave me one piece of fish. So I was
Oh, so you don't want to miss
Tight.
Lee's
I was
Kitchen?
mad.
Okay.
About that
But
fish.
no,
So,
I was mad, but they good though.
you like them? All right, Lee's
They
Kitchen. B, what you think?
I ain't gonna hold you. I love soul food.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
me
love soul
too.
food.
Okay.
So, Dames.
Ooh.
Okay.
But
Okay.
listen. If you're gonna get the chicken and waffle from Dames, I'm telling you, get the vegan waffle. Get the vegan waffle
The vegan
from
waffle?
Vegan
Dames.
waffle?
What
It'll
makes
change
it?
your
What
life.
makes a vegan waffle?
I
good?
don't know. Whatever it is.
They put
Yeah,
that
vegan
shit
chicken.
in
It
there.
just
Like
hit, it hit different than the other waffles they have.
Really?
Vegan waffle
Vegan
with the
waffle.
vanilla almond spread.
Vanilla
almond
spread.
spread,
That sounds
yeah.
so bougie.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
So-
that did sound real bougie.
Listen,
It
no,
did it. Yo, did it.
My bad,
Yo,
it's smear. It's smear. It's not a spread. They call it
It's a
smear.
smear.
Here?
It's
Oh, that's
smear.
even more bougie,
Like,
right?
don't stop me like
All right,
that.
all right. Well, we already know.
Right.
Y'all ladies, y'all go out with B. You gonna get y'all some schmear. You know what I'm saying? Not spread, but some schmear. All right, see what you think.
As far as I like a man that could cook. If you can cook, I would. that would
So
be
you like
great.
somebody's house?
You like home?
That's the place you like to go with to eat? Is somebody's house? Okay.
Not.
I mean, I don't know. Like, is that the place you like? Because that's where you like to go when you like to go
Yeah.
out. Out,
Okay,
out.
out. Okay, since we talking about out, I thought we were talking about if you food wise.
Mm-mm. You
Okay.
eat out.
Between seafood, I'm a seafood lover.
Yes.
I'm
Okay,
a
I love seafood.
I'm more so like Myrtle Beach area, Women's
Yeah.
area.
Oh,
I grew
okay,
up out
okay,
there.
okay. So
Yeah.
like
Calabash.
Yeah.
Calabash.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
official.
Yes.
For me lately, I've been overdosing on Blaze Pizza.
Ooh.
Blaze.
Blaze pizza.
I've been overdosing on
Blaze
it.
is
I feel like
Blaze is
eating it
solid.
like maybe 30 times in
Yeah.
the last 2
Blaze is
months.
solid.
Blaze Pizza. It's a couple of them. It's
like
not many of them,
Uh-uh.
but it's a pizza where it's called Build Your Own, so you can
Mhm.
get anything you want
Whatever
on
you
it.
want on it.
Oh yeah.
And instead of you,
Sauce, cheese.
and it's only $8.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Where's that?
Yeah, man.
I love
I don't know. It's one in Morrisville, and I know it's one in Raleigh.
There's one in Raleigh.
Cause
Yeah.
I go way to Italian pizzeria in Durham
Really?
to
Is
get
it?
my pizza.
Is
It's
it like the
like
New York
Jersey.
pizza?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I
Nah,
like
it's
that
an
pizza
Italian
too.
spot downtown.
Oh yeah.
And
Y'all like that?
I
Yeah,
ate
more
in
square,
Durham
that's
one
like that.
time, never again.
Again.
Aw.
All right. So question number two. Question number two. Is this for the people? They want to know y'all. So, do you like to cook?
I do.
You do.
I definitely do. Yes.
All right. And do you have a favorite dish you like to go to?
I like Italian food, so lasagna.
Cook lasagna.
Yeah.
I love lasagna too.
I love
Yeah,
I love lasagna too.
Yeah.
Dre, do you like to cook? Oh yeah,
You do
I already
love
know
to
that.
cook.
But you love to
You love
grill.
to
He
cook.
love to cook.
Yeah,
God.
I do it all.
You like to grill though?
Yeah,
You,
cook, grill, whatever.
he love that. He do. B, what about you?
I enjoy cooking, but I ain't gonna hold you. I get lazy sometimes.
So you don't cook as often,
As often as I know I could,
but you like to.
but I do enjoy chefing up.
All right. So see what up?
I do like to cook,
She
but I
took
wanna
too
be
long. She's
taken
like,
out.
I do like to cook, but you don't
I
like
do.
to.
I like to cook, but it's just me. So if I overcook too much, and it's like it go to waste.
You need a man to go eat that. You need a man to go in the refrigerator and be like, where the leftovers?
Yeah, you get it all.
Like,
Alright, so me personally, I do like to cook. I'm not gonna lie, I do.
You don't be chefing
I don't cook as much as I should. I love a crock pot meal.
Yeah. I like to set it and
I love to put
forget it.
set it and forget it, yo.
I don't know.
what the?
I know,
I like
but
to
it be
bake
so
too.
good though, B. I don't understand.
I like to bake too. I make the empanadas, so you know.
I like empanadas.
Shout out to my Puerto Rican family because we
Yeah.
definitely make
I like
empanadas.
empanadas.
Wait, that long.
Alright, so third question. Could you go without the internet?
No.
I would say yes, but I don't believe
No,
myself.
that's what the
No.
whole
I don't
word
believe
no.
myself. I'm
Is
just saying.
there a time frame?
Like
on
yeah,
it, or
right.
just
When is it
period?
coming back
Like,
on?
We
Is it,
stopped
we
it
got?
for-
Did we just not pay the
The
bill? or-
internet.
I mean,
Like,
period.
not just
Like I'm talking about like right now.
Like,
if you could go without the internet,
like-
could you go without the internet right now?
I think I would get used to it eventually, but I think in the beginning it would be a tough.
I don't think I could do it.
I
man,
don't
to be
think I
honest.
could do it, no.
Yeah, I can't.
I need my internet.
You can?
I could eventually. I might be in the forest chopping down trees after a while.
I don't know
Instead of
what I
talking
don't
to
know.
Wilson.
You?
No, because the way you adjust without, before we had the internet, you adjusted. You adjusted
True.
without
True.
it.
But you didn't
But
know no better.
Yeah.
But you were younger too.
But it's the same thing. It's just a condition.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just a mental thing.
That's
Like, you
good.
know what I'm
Look at
saying?
it.
Okay,
Deep on
I'll
us
go with
right
that.
here.
That's how I feel. Like,
I would like
if you don't
to
have it, then you won't.
Nah,
you
that's
know.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
If you don't have it, then you won't need it.
Right.
But
Yeah.
I
if you
think-
have it, could you go without it?
Right.
I think I know I
I can
could.
go without it.
I wouldn't want to though.
You
Yeah,
wouldn't want
yeah.
to.
I know I
Why
know I
not,
could
though?
do. Why
Why?
wouldn't I want to?
Because it's so much
Right.
I think it's,
information at the tip
I
of
think
your
I think
fingers.
part of it is access to information.
Yeah, man.
And I think like the internet is so integrated into our lives.
Yeah.
People go. The first thing people ask you before they say hi to when they enter your crib is what's the Wi-Fi. You know what
What's
I'm
the
saying?
Right, so,
Wi-Fi,
but
yeah.
that's just
True.
the way that life goes, the
Yeah.
technology and all that.
Mhm.
So
Right,
you
right.
just ask the question is, can you do without it?
But can
And
you?
If
but,
I had
could,
to
if
do
you
it-
had
Can you
to,
do without your,
Anybody could have they
that's
had
like
to.
asking the question,
If
can
they
you do
had
without,
to.
can you
wouldn't
do
do that
without
on
your
it,
phone? Can you go
Without-
without having your
without-
phone?
If there's no internet on
I
the
mean,
phone,
like,
then it's
if
fine.
I
I'm
didn't
just
I
saying,
can
like,
go
no,
without
you
my
if I
phone.
didn't have
got
to-
your phone calls.
you
Can you
could.
go a day without your phone?
I could.
Okay.
I've gone a day without my phone, and it's actually
A
kind of nice.
day without the
Crazy.
phone. I've
It's
been
kinda
like
nice.
probably about a week, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't about
It's
it.
It
kind
was
of nice
stressful.
when it's
Nah,
not going
yeah,
off.
It
and
was
stuff.
stressful.
Like, okay.
Yeah.
it was stressful without your
yeah.
phone. All right, so one more. Well, I got a few more. So my next one is: what is your most memorable birthday? At what year? No, maybe don't say that because no, say the year. Just don't say your age. How about that? So, what year was your most memorable birthday? And this is a good one because a lot of people don't appreciate themselves making it 1 year to the next. Now, remember, it's a lot of people that's going to be watching this who deal with anxiety and deal with depression. They go through things each and every single day, and some of them talk about offering themselves before they even make it to their next birthday. You get what I'm saying? So remember, like a lot of what we talk about here is basically going to be motivating other people watching us to say, "Hey, I can make it. I can go the next day." So birthdays are important because that's your new year. We all celebrate New Year's every year, but that's not everyone's new year. Your new year is your birthday every year because that's when you was born.
Yeah.
So that's your new year.
Right.
You know. So give me one.
It snows and there's a blizzard on my birthday every year, so I don't ever get to do anything. My birthday is January 6th.
Oh man! So
I know. So every year it's a snow or a blizzard or everybody's sick.
Oh god.
So yeah. So I usually wait till June and I go away.
That's so you do stuff for your birthday.
Yeah, I do stuff
in
June 6th. Yeah, because I got tired of getting snowed on. But
So
but my birthday is,
no way you traveled before for your birthday, maybe that
my-
wasn't snowing.
My
nowhere?
favorite place for my birthday, we went to Miami. That was my favorite travel time.
Trip for your birthday.
Yeah.
Dre, what about you?
This year,
Oh man,
Hey.
where'd you go? What'd you do?
went to Bahamas, flew
Nice.
to West Palm Beach. I ain't
Oh,
gonna tell you
man.
how old I am,
Hey.
But it was a great birthday.
but it was a
Right.
great birthday. Went to
Bahamas, yeah, it had to be a
That's
great
fine.
birthday.
Being in
That's
the
a great birthday.
destination.
Bahamas is always happy.
What about you, B?
My birthday last year
Mm.
might be my most memorable birthday. I can remember it at this moment.
Right?
It was. I'm big on energy, and I'm big
True.
on just love,
Yeah.
True.
and that I had both of those.
On your
Aw,
birthday.
That's
Got
awesome.
good energy and good love.
Yeah.
That's
That's
dope.
awesome.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's
Always
dope.
good, though.
I like that.
See, what's up with you?
I'm looking forward to this birthday. Yeah,
Ah.
I'm not gonna say it's coming up soon. I ain't gonna say how old I am, but I'm looking forward to it.
When is your birthday? Since it's coming up soon.
August.
August,
Okay,
alright.
got a little while playing up. Alright, so
You ain't answer.
me? Oh, my most memorable birthday. Let me think. I had a couple. One year it was crazy because I had a whole bunch of people come out to Smoking Groove. I don't know if anybody remember that spot in
That
Raleigh.
was that the one I performed that day? Yeah.
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 It was amazing. Yeah, we have so much fun. I was so lit.
That was
yo.
a fun event.
I was so lit. I can't even. I mean, it's a blur, but it was a really great. It was a really great birthday. All right, so what would a perfect day be like for you? A perfect day.
A perfect day.
This is the fifth question for everybody. A perfect day.
come
What
back.
would a perfect be? What would a perfect day be like for you? If you had the day all to yourself and you could do anything you wanted to do. Anything you wanted to do. Money wasn't an issue.
Oh, well,
Place wasn't an issue.
Right.
What would be the perfect day?
waking up on the beach, massage.
Okay, what beach? I mean, where? Beach where?
I don't care. It's a beach with some water and some people. Like,
Don't say that because there's a lot of lakes that look like beaches.
Hey,
Don't do that.
No,
You
I
gotta
ain't
pick
no
a
real
place.
beach.
A perfect day. People want to know you. So what would be
Yeah.
a perfect day? What would your perfect day be like?
I'm such an easy to please person. Like a perfect day for me is just something as simple as waking up and somebody telling me good morning. I hope you have a great day. I'm such an easy person to please. So that's what
So that would be perfect day for you?
No, that being said, like I really
Oh.
don't care what beach I'm on. I'm just saying.
Okay,
It's a
but as long as
beach.
you're on the beach.
A beach, massage, nice breakfast. No phones going crazy. Nothing I gotta follow up on. Just a day for me to like just mentally process life and
And
be
just keep moving.
and just chill and not have to worry about deadlines and think about things. That's a perfect day for me.
That's dope. That's
Yeah.
dope. Dre, what about you?
Waking up and hitting the lottery or some shit.
Hey.
That'd be perfect.
That'd
be a great day,
That's a
B.
great day.
Oh man, that'd be an amazing day. That'd be an amazing
No,
day to be
bro.
able to do that. What about you, B?
The first thought that came to mind was being on an island.
Mhm.
Facts.
I thought about
Yeah,
being on an
that's
island.
Facts.
Unlimited food.
Unlimited food and drink.
Right. I
Yes.
think that, and I'm a big kid,
Mm.
like
Yes.
at heart, so I love amusement parks.
Oh, that'd be fun.
So if this is gonna sound wild, but there was an amusement park on the island,
Right.
and then
I need to know where this island
Yeah,
is.
we gotta go to the
That's
island.
what I'm
We gotta
saying.
figure out.
Tough island.
Yeah,
Tough
we know
island.
where this
Yeah, we gotta go.
And-
to
Spending a couple hours there with roller
Right.
coasters is fun. But being around, having everyone I love there
True.
No, that's
to
the
experience
That
the
whole
day.
island.
You know,
yeah,
because
that'd
I
be
think
dope.
it's like for me to just experience it by myself wouldn't do the justice.
do it
I
justice.
would want to share it with.
with other
with
people.
people.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
true.
I like that.
I like that. I like that.
That's
What
good.
about you, C?
Just going off somewhere. Brazil, Africa would be dope.
Tough.
I
That'd be
would
dope.
love to see Africa.
Wow.
What, for like the animals or whatever?
Just to see Africa, just
Yeah.
to go there, see the
Just
land,
Africa,
see the
yeah.
motherland, feel what it looks like. That's my dream day.
That'd be perfect.
That's perfect.
Let me see. A perfect day for me would be. Oh man, I don't know. I would love to wake up like y'all. All y'all said, like being on an island. Like I said, I love Puerto Rico, man. I don't know. Have any of y'all been to Puerto Rico yet?
I haven't been yet.
Man,
Coming
I'ma
soon.
tell
I heard it's
y'all.
tough up there though.
Man, that joint was crazy.
Yeah.
Man. It was beautiful, man. It was.
I was
like,
gonna say that, but everybody's saying the island.
I love the island. I mean, that's a
Puerto
perfect day. Waking up on an island with a bunch of drinks and you got
I just
food
did that.
everywhere. You got,
I just
yeah.
did that.
And for me,
I
it'd be
just
good
did that.
smoke too. But
Right.
good smoke got to be involved, and any day for me, it'd be good. You understand? Especially if we gonna have some alcohol flowing, yo. That's gonna be
Oh,
dope.
yeah, I just did that.
All right, we only got a couple more questions, and we're gonna get out. So this sixth question is: when are you happiest? Is it when you're in the, performing? Is it when you're recording? Is it when you're with your children? Like, just when are you the happiest?
The two happiest times for me is when I'm on stage
Mm-hmm.
because I like seeing everybody's reaction when I'm performing.
Mm-hmm.
Because they don't expect it from me. I get up there, they're like, "Oh, you're so cute. You're a girl. It's so cute." And then I get up there and I rap, and they're like, "What? Where'd she come from?"
What you saying?
Yeah, where she? Yes, I like performing and just being around people who I love and who I'm close with and who I trust. Like that's the two things that make me the happiest.
That's
yeah.
dope. That's dope.
Yeah.
Dre, what about you, baby?
When I'm being productive.
Mm.
That's a good one right there.
When I'm being real productive.
Yeah,
when I'm making
yeah.
people around me happy.
Happy.
True,
Yeah.
You know what I'm
true,
saying?
true.
That gives me energy.
Yeah.
That's dope.
That's
That's dope.
You know
I
what
like
I'm
that a
saying?
lot.
My
yo.
thing is you know, I always tell you about what you
Ooh.
put out is what you get
What you
back.
get back,
Yes.
right, right,
So
right.
that's my biggest thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Alright, and then
So for me, I love being around my family. So family reunions, I'm always happy around my family reunions because I don't get to see them like that.
Mhm.
But all my cousins are like basically brothers and sisters.
true.
So it's like I have an extension of like siblings.
Siblings,
And we all
Yes.
vibe. We all together. It's love.
that's when
It's
that's
laughs.
dope.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
Stuff
really
like
dope.
that. It's
That's
and
really
then
dope.
my other would be on the court. I love ball.
Oh,
so you be
nice.
So if I'm
playing,
on the court,
that's a good thing.
yeah.
Dope. Alright, so
Um,
what about you? When do you
I'm the
think?
happiest, and I'm laughing with like making my own girls' family feel love. We when we all together, cookouts, when I'm with my son,
True.
different things like that.
Yeah, I would say the same too. Being with my family, I love doing stuff like this.
Yeah, me too.
I love performing with the band. I love all these things that make me happy. Is just doing things that, you know, you feel like it's just in you. You know, you don't have to force it. You know what I'm saying? Those things make me the happiest. All right, so this is the last question. All right, and this is gonna be fun right here. This is gonna be crazy. Tell me one thing that's on your bucket list. Yeah.
Oh, one thing.
This is good right here.
Ooh.
This is gonna be cool. I want to see. Somebody skydiving? What we got? Because I know somebody trying to get me to skydive. Miss Rodriguez is trying to get me to
I'm
skydive.
trying to
Yes,
skydive.
I don't know if it's something I want to do or not, y'all. I'm trying to tell you. That's crazy. She took me to a you know the zip lines?
Yeah.
And listen, I thought we were just gonna be no. No.
You
I'm doing everything that I did not want to do.
Oh.
I mean, nah, man. Heights. Oh,
Yeah, I'm not a heights
growing up
person.
in New Jersey, you would think that being on rooftops and all that. No, I don't like heights.
Everybody know from Jersey scared of heights. I don't know what they did to us, but we all scared of heights.
I don't mess with it. So one thing on your bucket list.
I want to see at least 7 countries before I,
7 countries. That's
7
dope.
countries. I want to
Traveling.
If I can perform in all 7 of those, great.
That'd
But
be
if
great,
not,
right?
I'd love to. Yeah, I'd
You
love
looks
to
like
see.
that 10.
Yeah.
7 countries. What about you, Dre? One thing on your bucket list, B.
I'm gonna do a big ass concert or party.
Word.
You know, my biggest thing is I want to do a big ass concert somewhere.
Somewhere. How many artists? What you thinking when you say concert? Like
I wanna
90s? You want to do like now or what? Who would be on your? The way I know you, I know who would be on your concert. It'd be all 90s hip hop and house music. It wouldn't be no corniness. It'd be a crazy
It'll be
What's
concert,
corny?
yo.
that shit that's.
Oh, here we go. We coming to you. We coming to you. We gonna figure it out. We gonna figure it out.
Oh man.
But
Yeah,
if I know you like I know you, I can imagine. It'd be great.
Yeah.
That'd be
So,
dope.
That's my biggest thing, man.
To throw a big concert.
That's all we talk about.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But that definitely happened.
It's gonna happen. What about you, fam? Bucket list.
So the first thing that really came to mind. So I love helping people.
True.
And so I always have like some sort of international movement that helps people. Whether that's hunger, ends homelessness. Whether that, literacy, just something that help people realize life is more than just yourself.
Right. So you want to do
Love
some
it.
type of humanitarian work? You think?
If it goes
Would be
in
on
there,
your bucket list, like
Yeah, something.
Get
But
some
I
type
don't
of-
want it to just be silo like in Raleigh. Like I really want it to be an international
like a
movement.
national
Where
Yeah.
people like
Yeah.
really realize,
That's
you know,
nice.
you change your mindset than
True.
just the
It's something you
situation.
do like that's dope.
Right,
That's
right,
dope.
right.
What about you, see? One thing on your bucket list.
Become a billionaire.
Hey!
I like that. I like that.
I like
So,
that.
but you can work towards that. That can
Yeah.
happen for
Yeah.
real.
Yes.
I'm feeling you. Let me think. Me? Oh man. I definitely think one thing on my bucket list would be I want to drive one of those Indy cars.
Word.
Really?
Yeah, just like mad fast.
Word.
Just like with no other cars on. I just want to do that, man.
All you gotta do is go to Jersey.
I know, right? But I want to do it legal though. I don't want to get my cousin to steal a car. You know what I'm saying? That's dope. Well, thank y'all for participating in that. That was 7 questions. I like to, throw out some questions to people so people can get to know the people that are on here. So it ain't just about, you know, we just out here talking and we don't give people a little bit of ourselves.
Right.
You know, even though we're giving a bunch of our own opinions, you know what I'm saying? So before we go, I just want to let you ladies know out there that what CBD can do for you. If you're a lady over 40, this CBD can help you with migraines and can help you with a low libido. So if you ain't getting it popping, like you're supposed to be getting it popping, you smoke something, you can get it popping. Let you know there's some help out here for you. Simple, simple, simple. All right, it will help you with mood, something like that.
Yeah.
One of those words.
Yeah.
One of those words. It'll help you with that. It'll also help you with insomnia. It'll help you with hot flashes. It'll help you with menstrual cramps. Ladies, menstrual cramps. It'll help you with painful sex after menopause. And women getting menopause at 40 years old, that's terrible. And it will help you with vaginal dryness.
Smoke.
Okay, ladies.
So ladies, smoke something. And what we want to say is that even before you get 40, you might as well just start moistening it up now.
Right, so smoke up.
Smoke it
Shout
now,
out to
so
Green
it'll
Light.
lead you into your 40s. You already be waterfalling.
Smoke up.
Mhm. Yo, that was super dope. Thank all y'all for joining me. I really appreciate y'all for coming on.
Thank you for
This
having
is Sparkling
us.
Conversation.
Yeah.
Shout out to Green Light CBD
Shout out.
for sponsoring the
So
show.
we gonna
We appreciate
smoke up.
y'all. We all gonna go partake in one of these just so
Right.
we know.
Let's light up right now to
And-
end the show.
What I want y'all to do is make sure that if you guys want to be on the show, if you got any topics or something that you want us to discuss here on the show, I want you to hit me up at CBD. Green Life CBD. Hit them up, and if you want them to, send you some stuff or whatever, you can hit them up at Green Life CBD 19 at gmail.com. Hit them up. If you want to be on the show, if you feel like you're an artist out there,
Come
you're
through.
dope.
Come
through.
Yeah, you got a new project that you got dropping and you want to come on the show, you want to talk about it, I want you to hit me up. Hit me up right here on sparkingconversation at gmail.com. Oh yeah, so thank you all for watching. Thank you all for tuning in. Our next episode will be coming up soon. I want you to make sure that you get up with all the people that's on the show. So I want you to give them your information too, if you don't mind.
All
How to
right.
follow you and all that.
You can hit me Lady C, but you can hit me on IG at Crazy Creation by CC on IG and Courtney on Instagram.
Yeah. Instagram? Alright, we're gonna make sure people get that. What about you, B?
I'm not on social media like that, so you gotta watch the show.
Yeah, we get on.
Pull up.
Dre, what about you, man? Anyway, you want them to follow what you got going on?
Jersey Style Productions on Instagram.
There it is. And y'all already know, follow us, follow me, Showtime Carolina, everything. We will make sure that we get this information out to the people because we want y'all to know about how CBD, hemp products, all these things will help you with the regular day-to-day of your everyday life. Not only that, we want to make sure that y'all get all of the new information that deals with anything entertainment-based. My man over here is trying to get pictures of us inside while we're filming. It's not working, but it's going to work.
It's gonna work.
We also want to say a big rest in peace to the homie Nipsey Hussle.
Yes.
We want to make sure that we get that out. We don't want to let this go by without seeing, we appreciate you, brother. Yeah, we talking to you like he's still here.
Yeah.
Self-destruction part 2, we need that.
That's right, because everything that you stood for and everything that you did is it just touched everyone, man. And I hate that people wasn't up on you when you were around popping, and that it took something like this for people to recognize what your mission was and how you get down. And I think for black men in general, we need more information. I think we have to be open and susceptible to information and not feel like we know it all and we got it all. We need to be able to reach out and understand that everything that we do is going to be a reflection on who we are, man. Not so much about what we think. It's always about what you are, man.
That's facts.
And we gotta hold each other down. We gotta hold each other accountable. So shout out to him. Rest in peace to him.
Yes.
Blessings to his family and everybody else that was close to him, and all the gangs out there. I'm glad y'all guys are piecing it up and trooping it up, man. That's a big deal out here. To all the inspiring artists out there, we want y'all to just stay real and stay consistent. And if nothing else, man, stay authentic. Don't stop copying everything that you hear. The radio is one way, but it is not the only way. Alright, so we want to make sure y'all know that. And like I said, until next time, man, we gonna chop it up, yo. Y'all be safe out there. This is Sparking Conversations,
Peace.
y'all. I'm your boy Rod One, and we out. Yeah, I am tipsy.